Tim, what were your thoughts going into today?
Well, I just hoped that the guys could play well because of the situation we're in regard to the standings. Just go out and have a good effort and play well. Offensively we did some good things, but they shot the ball extremely well. And this team has never been able to get in sync all year because of injuries, and one guy's out, one guy's in. Bash Towns just getting back tonight. Played okay, but he's really, because of the amount of time he's missed, and just had so many injuries this year. And but I thought the seniors, they gave it a good effort. And Sacred Heart, obviously, still fighting for their playoff life. And I thought they shot the ball extremely well and moved the ball well offensively.
How nice is it to see Hunter have a good game?
Yeah, it was great. His parents came in from Georgia to come here and support him. And he played well. He's played pretty well all year. He's come. He's had a decent senior year. He really has.
Was there any thought just of this being the last home game, last time you coached in this gym? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. But all the emotion for me was probably last week when I told the team, and then we had that press conference and all that. And I've kind of moved on, just hoping the team could play well and get a couple wins here down the stretch. And, obviously would have liked to end it on a much better note here at home. But I guess it just wasn't in the stars for this team.
What will you remember most about coaching here in this gym?
Well, that's an interesting question in a moment like this. A lot of good teams, a lot of great kids, a lot of good relationships. I really enjoyed working for Bill Smith and Ron Makeley. Enjoyed being part of Rhode Island. Part of this whole move 10 years ago was to come back here because where we wanted to live. And my daughter's right behind you, So, to be part of Rhode Island, that's always been our favorite place on earth. And after having spent 9 years at URI, and my wife, spent a lot of time in the Newport area. So to be able to come back here and just call Rhode Island home, that's been the best part about being able to come to Bryant.
Where do you see this gym going, or the program, and just in terms of
Well, I think the program, because the team is so young, most of the time out there we had 3 or 4 sophomores and freshmen. They got a terrific transfer sitting out. In basketball, one player, when you have a decent nucleus, can make an enormous difference. And I think when you add the transfer Malik Smith, and we've got a pretty good recruiting class if it holds, I think this team makes a huge jump, just like we did a few years ago, just on a maturity basis. Coming back hopefully healthy, that's a big part of it. Getting some success early where they can build some momentum. One of the hard things about this season is we never got that early momentum where kids learn how to win and get some confidence. We're always facing an injury or two every game that really was a setback for us. So I think if they come back healthy, you add an impact transfer, this program should be a very formidable team in the Northeast Conference.
I know it's a long way off, but do you see yourself coming back to this gym and watching at least a game next year?
I absolutely. Certainly Mary Burke. Mary's one of my favorite. I'm definitely going to support Mary too, and I will support these guys, but I don't want to be like a guy that's hanging in the seat. I may just watch online for a year, but I'll follow this team closely and see how they're doing. And I might sneak into a game or two, but I never think it's great when the old coach is in the stands right away. I mean, I might come. I'm not sure about that, but I'll definitely be out to support my good friend Mary Burke, who's been a great person to work with. It's funny to hear a lot of women's staffs don't get along with the men's staffs, but I don't think any men's coach ever had a better relationship with his women's coach than I did with Mary and her staff.
Will you tell this group to kind of stick together?
Yeah, I told him. I said, look, guys, if you stick together, you got to learn how to win, and that's something they obviously struggled with this year. They're a very young group. I think that come back with. Use the offseason to have some pride, develop some grit. You've got to become better defensively. A kid like Brandon Carroll had some really good moments as an athletic redshirt freshman, but he's inconsistent. Tonight he was very inconsistent, but he's got a chance to be really good. So some of these guys just have to decide whether or not they're going to commit fully to the game, and that's how you become a better player. A kid like Malik Smith does give them a real warrior impact, guy that knows how to play right away, will be a real cornerstone for the program. So you build around that. Ikenna made a lot of progress as a point guard as a sophomore. He's got to continue that to a junior. The same with Adam.
In the pecking order of things, you say commit to the game, commit to the program, and then commit
everything.
To the coach? Or
I think it's everything. Obviously, you're going to have a new coach, and players are obviously can be a little bit unsettling. But when I was at Boston College, after my sophomore year, Tom Davis went to Stanford, and Gary Williams came in, and that was a great move for everybody. The program took off. It was very good under Tom Davis, but it might have got a little bit better under Gary Williams. Mm-hmm. So Bryant's going to hire an excellent coach, and the players should wait to meet the coach. And every now and then you might have a kid or two that it's not the right match, but in general, I think that Bryant will come up with an excellent coach, and it should be a good fit for all these kids.